want to welcome you to tonight's City Council meeting for the City of Columbia Heights for Monday, October 12th, 2020. Can I get a roll call, please?
Councilmember Biskins.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Happy to be here.
Councilmember Merger.
Here.
Councilmember Minsky.
Here.
Mayor Schmidt.
Here. If you are able, please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, I'll read our mission statement. Our mission is to provide the highest quality public services. Services will be provided in a fair, respectful, and professional manner that effectively address changing citizen and community needs in a fiscally responsible manner. Next item is approval of the agenda. If there are no changes, can I get a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Biskins, second by Councilmember Novitsky. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Next item is proclamation. It is Polish American Heritage Month. And we have a great sister city that has very active, even in spite of COVID. They have been mailing out packages and keeping the connection with our sister city, Lomianki in Poland. Let me read the proclamation for Polish American Heritage Month, October 2020. Whereas October is National Polish American Heritage Month, a celebration of Polish heritage founded in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1981 to bring attention to the many notable and important contributions by Poles and Polish Americans to the United States of America and the world. Whereas our Columbia Heights, Minnesota, Lomianki, Poland Sister Cities International Organization is celebrating its 29th anniversary. This all-volunteer group has been dedicated and active ever since a task force of community members was called together by founder Dolores Ponte Strand in late 1989 after receiving approval from then Mayor Dale Hadrath. Whereas due to the restrictions mandated by COVID-19 concerns, we had to cancel some of our meeting activities and special events. We look forward to having them resumed. Whereas we coordinate the collecting of donor books, which are shipped to the schools and public library in our sister city, Lomianki, Poland. Whereas we coordinate the greeting card exchanges between Highland Elementary and Lomianki's elementary schools. Whereas we sponsor an informative and interesting table display at our Columbia Heights Public Library to highlight October as Polish American Heritage Month. We appreciate the assistance of the Columbia Heights Fire Department with this activity. Whereas we appreciate the fine cooperation of our Columbia Heights Police Department. Since a past exchange of police officers with Lomianki was so successful, we hope to repeat this endeavor in the future. All of our visitors to Lomianki receive wonderful hospitality. Whereas we are proud to have over 100 official members in our Columbia Heights organization. Membership is not limited to Columbia Heights residents or those with Polish heritage. Welcoming to all are welcome. Now therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Donna Schmidt, Mayor of the City of Columbia Heights, Minnesota, do hereby designate October 2020 as Polish American Heritage Month in Columbia Heights, Minnesota. And because of COVID, I am not presenting the actual proclamations. They are actually on the podium there. I don't know who is going to be accepting them, and we did have to change it. We lost one of our very active members this month, Pat Sawada, and she was the one that did a lot of the exchange of cards and letters between the school groups, plus many, and membership. She did the membership group for years, so she made sure everybody paid their dues. She was very, very persistent. We appreciate that.
That's great.
Go ahead.
I just would like to say a friendly Dziękuję bardzo to Mayor and the council and the people of Columbia Heights on behalf of the Womianke Columbia Heights Sister City Relationship, which is one of the longest sister city and one of the most active sister city relationships in the United States. The Columbia Heights group has been extremely successful in winning national and international awards with the organization. So again, dziękuję bardzo.
Yes. Thank you very much. Next is our consent agenda. These items are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted as part of the consent agenda by one motion. Items removed from consent agenda approval will be taken up as the next order of business. If there are no comments from the council, Ellie Bourgeois, could you present these, please?
Yes, thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Item A of the consent agenda is approval of a contract with OPG3. That's for Laserfiche online permitting software integration with our PermitWorks software. Item B is approval of resolution 2020-87, amending the fiscal year 2020 capital water infrastructure replacement fund and authorizing the purchase of Neptune registers and census radios totaling $86,000. Item C is approval of the business license applications in your packet. And item D is a review of the bills totaling $1,571,900.40.
Okay, if there are no comments from the council, can I get a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Mershon, second by Councilmember Williams. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is public hearing. It is to adopt resolution 2020-88, being a resolution levying and adopting the assessment for alley light area number 677-47. This is a public hearing. If there is anybody here who would like to speak regarding this, please come forward and state your name and address. I know there are 9 residents that are affected by this.
Hello, my name is Sherry Isaacs. I live at 2109 Fairway Drive. I am the one that coordinated this petition among the neighbors. We have a very, very dark alley that not only gets very icy in the winter, but also creates a hazard for a number of people. Due to our close proximity to Cordiac Park, many neighbors walk down our alley. So we'd like to provide more lighting during the winter. In addition, we've had a number of minor car break-ins up and down the alley in the last few years. So we'd like to prevent opportunity for people to continue doing that unseen.
And you've had 6 people that were in favor of this, correct?
All 6 neighbors that I approached agreed to it, including those directly on the property and across from the property and surrounding it.
Okay. And my information shows that it'll probably cost you about $1 a month.
All were in agreement on it.
And that seems actually fair for security. Anybody else want to make any comments?
I think it's a good idea.
Thank you,
I do have
Councilmember.
one question.
Yes.
I believe the thing is written as a cobra light. I thought we were going to have a night watch light, slightly softer. Just one quick. No.
So,
Can you come up?
yep,
to-
sorry.
Close enough.
Jim Hoth, Utility Superintendent for City of Columbia Heights. In conversations with Kevin Hansen today, the Public Works Director, he indicated that the Cobra light is the one that had been selected. And so I don't have any more information on her question at this time.
Is it, if we approve this
Go ahead.
tonight,
Council.
are they gonna be able, if they approve this tonight or we vote yes on it, will there be any issues as far as if they wanna have a different type of light on there?
I do not know if there would be a cost difference. The difference in the light, well, let me take a look at my packet here. So, the night watch light, according to city policy, is assessed to 100 feet in each direction instead of 150 feet. So it would change the number of parcels included in the assessment. And so changing the type of light may change the cost. I don't know that right now, but it would definitely change the distance around the light that would be assessed as a result.
So I have a question for, I'm sorry, your first name again?
Sherry.
Sherry, so are you guys gonna, if they go with the one that was listed here, are you gonna be okay with that, or does everyone want the softer light?
The softer light is what I told them I had requested. I didn't realize that there had been something else communicated. So yes, the softer light is what the neighbors are expecting.
So would we need to table this and vote on it until they get it figured out before we vote on this? Mayor Schmidt?
We could vote on it tonight as it is, and if there are any corrections, Jim, you could present it to Kevin Hansen and Sherry. I would recommend you follow up too.
Sounds good.
Well,
Okay.
one
If we
question.
need to make a correction, we can.
Well, are we assessing too many properties then? Because if the one you're putting in is a softer one, you said?
Correct. If
And if
there
it's,
is changes.
So looking at the location of the light and the lot line markers, it's possible, we would have to measure. So it's possible that 2013 and 2014 would not be included, but I can't say that just based off of this. We'd have to go out and actually measure the location and how far 100 feet is.
I just don't want to assess more houses for it if we're changing the light
Right.
density of it. If we approve it like this, and we don't need to assess them and they're on here, I mean, they're not gonna get assessed then, correct?
I don't know the answer to that. That would be a procedural issue. Maybe,
Madam Mayor and council members, it's a petition assessment, so the people that have petitioned that are on the petition are going to get assessed, whatever light you use.
Well, no,
Right, but
they said with the soft light that goes out 100 feet.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it goes out 10 feet, they've asked for a light.
But we
And
have
they-
more than the 6 on here that we're assessing. Because the light that was proposed is brighter, so it had to go out farther.
So are people outside of the distance,
Potentially.
ones that are
that's what
on
you
the?
said, yeah.
Well, I don't know the answer to that, if there's people on the, if they've joined the petition to be assessed, they're going to be assessed wherever they are. If someone isn't on the petition and the light isn't an assessment for our policy, they won't get assessed. So yes, there's a possibility that an individual that has petitioned for the light is, say, 150 feet away, and their neighbor being 150 feet away or 140, didn't petition for the light. One of them's gonna get assessed, the one that asked for it, and the other one isn't, if it's a light that doesn't qualify for 150-foot assessment.
May I ask a clarification question, please?
Sure.
So, for clarification, these people did not necessarily ask to be joined into the petition. I asked for what it would take to install this light. So there are addresses on there that didn't necessarily request to be part of this, but they were designated as being part of this because of the range of the light. So if the range of the light changes, I guess I should ask, there are people on this assessment that didn't this petition that didn't necessarily ask to be included in the petition, nor did they necessarily sign it, but they are within range. However, more than 50% of the residents on there in range asked for it. So
Yeah, no,
it's not-
I'm for the
it's not
light, I just don't
yeah.
want to, if it's a softer light, I don't want to assess somebody out farther than who would be getting the benefit from it.
Well, the whole street will probably gain benefit from it if it adds light to the alleys.
With the variation in the petition that was on there, I think you're best just tabling it until they figure out what light they're gonna use, Madam Mayor.
I'd rather we approve it as is and just do this because I'm trying to get this done since June.
Oh. So you're okay, because my concern is you might get stuck with brighter light.
I
That's the
You have
concern. You know, I don't know, Don is
Did you have something to
Mayor
add?
Schmidt, I mean.
I was just, Mayor, council members, I was just going to recommend what Jim recommended as well. We have 6 petition signatures. We're not sure if those 6 will end up in the assessment if we change it. And we may not have a 51% approval at that point if they don't end up within the 100-foot assessment of the smaller light. And policy calls that we have to have 51% of signatures within the assessed area. So if we are going to change the light, I recommend tabling it. We figure out which parcels are included in the assessed area, and then we can bring it back at the next council meeting.
And Jim, then you'd have to re-inform those residents as to what is happening again before the meeting.
We would make the proper notifications again as well.
Councilman Mershon?
What's your address again?
I'm at 2109. The only signatures I did not receive were from the furthest perimeter that the light would cover. So more than 51%
Would
would
it
be
be
those.
13 and 14 then?
Correct. If I'm thinking of addresses correct. Yeah, and 13 was an agreement. I just didn't knock on his door because I had more than 50% already.
So if this light is brighter than what you expect, you won't have a problem with it then if we agree to it as of tonight, otherwise we'll have to table it. Because it seems like your house is, within just a border between 5 and 9, so.
Yeah. It would not bother me. When I positioned this to the neighbors, they were all under the impression, because I thought we were receiving a night watch light. So I had already informed them of the night watch light. The petition did not specify Cobra as we were signing it. So I was going by the night watch guidance that I had read as the option I thought we were receiving. If we have to table this tonight, I would like some idea as to how much longer it will take to put this light in. With winter approaching, I fear for that ice back there.
Jim, would this be ready for the next meeting in 2 weeks?
Madam Mayor, we would make every effort to have it ready. I'm not familiar with the process. Kevin Hansen, Public Works Director, is the one that has handled this. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight, and so I'm trying to fill in the best I can. I think we would make every effort to have it ready for next meeting, but I don't want to make a guarantee.
Okay, otherwise it'd be the first meeting in November. Yeah, correct. Councilman Mershon?
All you have to do is just take another measurement, right?
So, Councilman Immersion, we would probably go through the notification process again, because I'm not quite sure if it would change the cost or not. That's a question I'm not able to answer tonight.
Councilmember Biskins, you had a comment?
Well, so if we table it till the 26th, that still gives them a couple of weeks probably before the frost gets really cold, I would think.
Jim, you're just adding this to an existing pole, correct?
So the light installation will be a brand new installation.
So brand new pole also.
There was a pole.
There is a pole there,
Well,
so
then, okay, then it would probably get done before, I would think, 2 weeks.
All right, do you feel comfortable with us tabling it?
So the 26th.
It disappoints me, because I was operating under full guidance that the pricing was the same and all was, as it was laid out to me in the application process, it was all laid out to me as being the same. So, it disappoints me, but I will proceed.
All right. And, can you get a motion to table this?
Move to table resolution 2020-88 until October 26th, city council meeting at 7 o'clock.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Biskins, second by Councilmember Williams. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, next item is City Council Administrative Reports. Report of the City Council. Councilmember Adaminsky, would you like to start?
Yeah, not much at this time, just still enjoying the distance learning and the changes that have been made to it. I know my kids are taking to it pretty well, so that seems to be the excitement right now.
Councilmember Mershon.
All I have is this weekend, the VFW is gonna be having an outside band, west side. And it's gonna be from 2 to 6 PM on Saturday during the day. And we'll have pork chops on a stick for $7, hamburgers for $7, and chili for $5. So it's a $5 cover to get in. They're supposed to be a really good band. I haven't heard them, but everybody just raves about them. So it's this Saturday from 2 to 6. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Williams.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. I want to just comment on the proclamation for Polish tonight. And Womianki, I had the privilege of going to Poland with a whole group of people from the Sister City group here, and I've been a Sister City member since then. And Nick, you should probably take a strong look at organize again, because we had a great relationship with the Polish people, and America always has. And what a trip. I mean, one of the nicest trips I've ever had in my life. Teachable. I got to go to Auschwitz. And we have people that don't believe that the real situation happened with the Jewish people over there. And if you go right to Auschwitz, where the museum is there, you'll see, it'll open your eyes, because I never knew it. I've studied history, I've been in business all my life, and what a trip. But to see how they took little kids, women and men, and what they did, they showed us where they shot them. At a certain time, what they did, they told everyone they were gonna have a shower for them, they're gonna have a dinner afterwards, and then they lined them up outside and shot them. And they had the clothes and the shoes for these little kids, and what a movie. Then they had a salt mine we went down to too, and what a trip. I mean, it was just a great time to, Dolores Strand was a big one at that point, just take us over there. And we were thinking about going again this last year. And it didn't work out that way, the virus and everything is, but if you get a chance, go back there again. You should, Sister Cities, I think they're ready to go again, a group of people. We went about 10, I think. Maybe it was more than 10, maybe it was 12 or 14. I don't remember exactly. Dolores would know exactly. But it was a tremendous trip. It was an eye-opener for me to go to those different communities and to meet the people of Poland, which were wonderful people. It was just a wonderful time for us after the Soviet Union had fallen apart, and to see how the Polish people were reacting to it. It was just wonderful. And they're a good part of this city yet to this day. Nick, you know that.
Yes,
You're Polish, so
yeah.
that's nice. I mean, I have a tremendous feeling for all my life for the Polish people, especially since I went there. It was a great trip. I'd encourage everyone to try and set aside some time and go. The Sister City groups are one that would do it again, because I know they're ready to go. I might go again myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Biskins.
A few things, we're finishing up at the Lomiaki Park Blooming Sunshine Garden. Last weekend, the Daughters of the American Revolution, one of our members is part of that group, and they came and helped plant more seeds, or not seeds, trees. Liam, our forester from Park Public Works, donated some leftover tart cherry trees and service berries so they planted that, plus we had a few other fruit trees that had to be planted. We're tying it up probably Thursday night with planting garlic. And then the other thing, I'm still delivering leftover produce from Sake on Thursdays to our fellow chicken keepers in town. It's a good use. Instead of putting it in the garbage, we're feeding it to the chickens. I attended a League of Cities meetup. It was a small mini meeting with city council, city managers, and mayors from now then. Blaine and Shoreby. It was quite interesting to hear how the other cities are doing, dealing with COVID and projects that are going on in their cities and that type of thing. And the other thing I just wanted to mention, I'm very sorry about hearing the passing of Pat Sawada. She was a wonderful volunteer in our city. Every time, whether it was Coffee with Cops, Sister City, things that were happening at Merchant Hall, she was there. She was very involved with the city, and I'm very sorry of her passing. She was an important member of our community. She will be missed.
Just up-to-date stuff. I'm busy with Zoom meetings this week. I have the Mississippi Watershed Zoom meeting tomorrow, and then a League of Minnesota Cities Zoom meeting on Thursday. And maybe Kelly can mention something about when the league is coming to present us the award. I think it's in 2 weeks, but I want you to confirm that. And then, so city manager, Kelly Bourgeois, share what you have.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just a few things. I spoke with Kevin Hansen, the Public Works Director, today. They will be doing some virtual meetings on the 37th Avenue project from Central to Stinson. There are no public meetings. That one is with SEH in the city of Minneapolis. So those will all be done virtually, and they'll have an interactive mapping portion of that as well. If you're in that project area, you will receive notice on that. We need to schedule a meeting for canvass of the elections, looking at either November 12th, which is Thursday, or the 13th, which is Friday. Hopefully not Friday the 13th. I don't know that that would be the best day. Thinking maybe the afternoon or evening of the 12th would be better. So before council leaves tonight, if we could get that date locked down, that would be great. The November 2nd City Council work session, which is our second round of budget discussions, will be held at the Public Safety Training Room. We've got AV equipment in there, and with this and the library impacted by elections, it made the most sense to locate there. We'll get notice posted on that as well. I know we've had many issues with cameras and now microphones here. We are getting the cable equipment upgrades soon. I don't have an exact date for you, but it will be within the next month for sure. And then, as the mayor mentioned, the League of Minnesota Cities will be here at the next meeting, so October 26th, to present the city with a check in recognition of our composting and recycling programs. So we will have our staff here that are most impacted by that, and we'll be able to receive that. I believe that's all I'm sorry. No, I have one more. The Columbia Heights Public Schools Adult Enrichment is partnering with the Mississippi Watershed Management Organization for 2 movie nights about the Mississippi River. Those will be held on October 20th and November 17th. You can go to the school's community ed section of the website to get more information and register for that. That is all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then report of the city attorney.
Good evening, nothing to report, Madam Mayor, council members. I'll stand for questions, if any.
Anybody have any questions? All right, you're off the hook.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Biskins, second by Councilmember Williams. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.